This is a collection of 15 tips that I would give to a beginner player in Counter-Strike 2. You are going to learn today, starting off with tip number 1. Understand which weapons you need to use inside of this game. Guys, if you want to grow and get better at Counter-Strike 2, the first thing I want you to learn is understanding these guns. On T side, you're trying to get an AK or an AWP. That's your ultimate weapon that is going to be the best for you. If you have to, force up by a Galil is also good. A MAC-10 is good. On T side, I don't want you to worry about the Scout right now. And as far as pistols go, a Deagle's great, Tech-9, and P250 on T side can be very good. These are the weapons you should be prioritizing, focusing on, and not really focusing on using these other things. I'm going to give you lots of good tips and tricks in this video. Let's go ahead and keep going. Hit that subscribe button. The next thing is, guys, buy armor. So many of us, when we download CS2, we're playing it for the first time, we don't understand the value of armor. At every moment possible, you should be getting at least a Kevlar vest when you're on CT side, and when you're on T side, you should always be getting both. There's a little bit of theory behind why you shouldn't get both on CT side in some of the rounds when your opponents have AKs and ops, but for now, just buy armor and you're going to do amazing. Now, on the macro side of things, one tip I have for you if you are a beginner player inside of this game is learn every map that's inside of the competitive pool. And if you don't know what that is, as of this video, it is Inferno, Nuke, Mirage, Dust 2, Anubis, Ancient, and Train. Those 7 maps are the most important to learn. Have fun, play a lot of different stuff, but those are the maps you want to learn on and you want to get good at. Now, I'm going to give you lots of other tips and tricks, but first, I have to give you a message about how to get the best looking CS2 skins if you're a beginner player.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys, my next tip, it's very simple. Get really comfortable pressing A and D. This is going to be counter strafing inside of the game. And if you can just train A and D, this is a very important mechanic and concept that's going to help you throughout the course of your time inside of Counter-Strike 2. If you get good at this, you are going to eventually have some very sick movement. You're going to learn a lot of great things. Now, the next tip that I have for you guys is bind your grenades to each key. I can press my side mouse button and pull out my smoke and pull out my molly on the other one. I can press Q on my keyboard to pull out my flash and my HE for 4. If you're scrolling through all of your guns, right, using your scroll wheel, you look like a noob. You're playing like a noob. Get used to it right now by going to settings, keyboard and mouse. Come over here to down here and to bind HE grenade to 4. That's what I do. Smoke to my mouse button, Molotov here. It doesn't matter what you choose, just put it on something for each of these, and especially your primary, your secondary, and get used to just pressing the keys. Long run, this is going to be absolutely amazing for you. My next tip for beginners is get your crosshair off of the ground. Too many of you guys are running around the map looking like this, and then you have to flick up and shoot when you find somebody. It's really, really bad because it's just more things that you're having to do instead of just pointing and clicking. You're having to look up. So visualize when you're peeking around corners, think about where the head level is going to be and rest your crosshair there. At the beginning, I'd like if you just trace corners, put your crosshair around a corner wherever you are and trace it. That's a good thing. As you get better, if you know somebody's going to be playing a position like right there, I'm going to put my crosshair through the wall, visualize and peek, because my crosshair is going to be right where he is and I can kill him instantly. I don't need to move. I don't need to do anything. So it's very, very helpful. Let's go ahead and head back to some more theory now. When you are a new player, I want you to understand that when you have pistols and SMGs, it pays off to be active, running around, jumping, shooting, doing all these different things. When you have a rifle in this game, guys, I want you to get very, very good at crouching when you're shooting and moving with your directional key. So I'm going to peek out here with my D key. I'm going to start shooting, and as I shoot, I'm pressing my A key and crouching back out. This is a very good mechanic that if you can start to understand and learn, you are going to thrive. Now, another tip I have for you is use your utility. It's so basic, it's so easy, but guys, a lot of new players are just running around playing this game like deathmatch. On CT side, use your util to block them off. If they're hitting B site, throw a smoke that blocks them. Now they're standing here like, what am I supposed to do? I can't go through this. On CT side, use your incendiary to block them. They're like, I can't run into site now, right? You're on A. They're about to run up this lane side right here. Well, cool. If you throw an incendiary up here, what are they supposed to do? They can't go up lane now. You've blocked them off. Your flashes are so important. If somebody is fighting you right here, all you have to do is throw a flash off of this wall. It doesn't even have to be a good one. And boom, you can kill him because he's going to be blind. This is going to be his perspective. Or he's obviously going to turn, but at a beginner level, they're not very good at reading util and they're not going to do this. Set yourself up with utility. Utility is your problem solver. It is so important to understand this. Now, another tip I have for you. When you are on low HP, stop fighting. So many low HP players in this game, when they're beginners, want to just fight and fight and fight. When you're low HP, you got to get creative. You've got to do something different. And this means we've got to understand off angles. We've got to play in positions that they're not going to expect. It could be here. We got to play headshot angles. If they're wrapping arch, I'm right here because mostly my head's showing, right? Like mostly only my head showing. You could crouch on these. That has got to be your priority. If we go over to B site here, kind of a headshot angle, they can spam you, but you know, the point's still there, a headshot angle right here. So I can crouch and uncrouch. I might tell my teammate to boost me because I'm now in a surprising, unpredictable place. When you're on low HP, get creative. Stop just fighting and dying for yourself and understand that you have a new purpose in the round. You have a new understanding of what you need to do. It's just so important to understand these type of things. Another tip I have, going back to the crosshair placement, make sure you're not floating it in the air. A lot of times we're floating in the air and it's detrimental. Also, I see people doing this when they throw grenades. So they might, you know, smoke off arch side here. They smoke off arch and they have to just look at the grenade. Did it land? Okay, it landed, and then they go. Guys, get comfortable. Throw that utility and get ready to fight. Boom, I'm looking up lane. You can always check to see if it landed, but don't throw that util and just wait for it to pop. People do this in halls all the time. They sit here and throw the smoke and they're just looking at the smoke. Oh, it popped. Now they're good. So get yourself active, get yourself ready, and it's so important. Let's go ahead and go back to the buy menu. One of the things you need to understand, let's talk economy. I've made a whole video about this on my channel, by the way. If you have under $1,900 inside of this game, you should be forcing. Because when you're this low money, you're probably not going to be able to buy next round anyways. So for the most part, I force when I'm under $1,900. If I'm in the range of 2,000 to 2,800, 700, 900, then I am saving because the next round I can get a very strong buy. I can get rifles, I can get nades, all this type of good stuff. If you can start to think about the economy, think about saving, buying, when we should be doing this, you're going to be so successful inside of this game. So this is a collection of tips that I think are very helpful as a beginner player to start thinking about. Nobody's really telling you these things, especially some of the more in-depth tips. But if you can get this down, start to remind yourself of these things, you will be insane at the game. So thanks for watching this video. Let's go ahead and check out tomorrow's video.